lost my controller. I found my controller. Alright. Let's get crack-a-lackin', yo. Alright, what are we doing? Oh, we're going to talk to people. And go make friends. And find things. And read all things. That's what we do. Hey,
Sacred.
to the apothecary.
Look who's back from the dead. Again.
Until the breach is closed, no one's safe.
True. I'll keep the bandages handy.
That sounded
Name's
super
Adan. I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked
dramatic.
with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker
Not a fan.
Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
For a healer, you don't seem particularly nurturing.
I'm not a healer. I'm an alchemist who's forced to play Mother Hen. You want something to burst into flame on contact with the air? Done. Gladly. Patching up wounded soldiers is a waste of my time and talents. But there are a few around who can help.
Background because it's creepy. And
How are
it's
your people
awesome.
holding up?
There's no shortage of work. That's for damn sure.
Is there anything I can do to help out?
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajin's notes. Old bastard was working on something special. He died at the conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
Gonna steal. I'm not sure it's actually stealing. As much as it's just taking.
The chosen of Andraste, the blessed heroes sent to save us all.
Am I riding in on a shining steed?
I would have suggested a griffon, but sadly they're extinct. Joke as you will, posturing is necessary. I've journeyed deep into the Fade in ancient ruins and battlefields to see the dreams of lost civilizations. I've watched as hosts of spirits clash to reenact the bloody past in
Sorry, I don't got enough.
every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
What do you mean, ruins and battlefields?
Any building strong enough to withstand the rigors of time has a history. Every battlefield is steeped in death. Both attract spirits. They press against the veil, weakening the barrier between our worlds. When I dream in such places, I go deep into the Fade. I can find memories no other...
You fall asleep.
I do set wards. And if you leave food out for the giant spiders, they are usually content.
I've never heard of anyone go...
Thank you. The thrill of finding... I will stay then.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate surrounded by Chantry forces in the middle of a mage rebellion.
Chantry.
Cassandra has been accommodating, but you understand my caution.
How come I can't protect him? I want to protect him. That's stupid.
Cassandra trusts you. She won't let anyone put you into a circle against your will.
Thank you.
God, my
I appreciate the thought. But now let us hope either the mages or the Templars have the power to seal the breach.
For saying that, but it's true. Jules, where you going, buddy? Where you going? Ready in jump.
Signs of the Grey Wardens anywhere? You're certain?
Can I get you anything?
What can you tell me about this area?
Adan is Haven's apothecary. He's been making Harriet is... And for anything fancier, you could... Oh, there's also my knave. She studied...
Farewell.
Goodbye.
Where's the one who guides into the night?
You know, like, I'm not
So,
about that.
now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
I have no idea what's happening anymore.
That makes two of us. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and Maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
I'm still not sure I believe any of this is really happening.
If this is all just the Maker winding us up, I hope there's a damn good punchline coming. You might want to consider running at the first opportunity. Heroes are...
Oh wait, no, go back. I want to see.
Need something?
I read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
What happened to the mage who destroyed the Kirkwall Chantry? The book never said.
He fled Kirkwall with the mages from the Circle. Stayed with them a while, but he had to move on. Somehow a lot of mages blamed him for making them live as fugitives. I don't know where he is now, and I don't want to know.
Fun fact, totally romance Anders because I have no control over myself. Should have gone with Sebastian, but really wouldn't do Fenris, but man, me and Fenris just, he hated me.
There's no way Hawk really could have killed the Arashok. It would have started a war with the Kunari.
I was told later that the Kunari disavowed his actions. Apparently the Arashok didn't get permission before he attacked Kirkwall, and the Qun didn't want another exalted march. When they finally sent a ship to haul the wrecked dreadnought away, they just said, "We will never speak of this again." As far as I can tell, that's the Qun's version of an apology.
Where are the rest of Hawk's associates now?
Meryl decided to look after the elves left homeless by the fighting. She's done a pretty good job of keeping them away from the mages and Templars, so far. I guess she has plenty of practice avoiding stupid human battles with her old Dalish clan. Fenris has kept himself busy, hunting down the Tevinter slavers who came south to prey on the refugees. I'm not sure exactly where he is at the moment. You can usually follow the trail of corpses, though. Isabella went back to the raiders. She's calling herself an admiral now. I don't know if she's actually in charge or just has a really big hat. Might be the same thing, honestly. Sebastian went back to Starkhaven. I'm sure he's boring all sorts of people there. Hawk's brother Carver is still in the Free Marches, helping the Kirkwall Guard keep order. Aveline is still guard captain. I'm pretty sure Kirkwall would fall into the sea if she quit her job.
Bitchy. Inventory. Do I have anything good? Feel like I already did this. Such a stupid helmet, Cassandra. And rogue. Right,
Plissa wants to know if you...
let's go sell all the stuff. And pew, 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 pew.
I had something with that kind of power. Ah, you're awake and out of Lady Cassandra's clutches. And here I paid that little knife ear to inform me the moment you were free. No matter, no matter. Segret, honored to meet you. Thank you for all you've done, and hopefully will still do.
What do you think I'll be doing exactly?
Word's already spreading. Anything you need is yours. For a
What
the kind... If I stay here, work some...
You must speak with most...
Hope, and I imagine it's no better for you.
Until then...
Stay...
Hey, let's go this way. What's over here? Oh, the catapults.
I don't see why we need to build siege equipment. We're not laying siege to anything.
That's an excellent point, Recruit. But if someone comes to lay siege to us, perhaps it will be best for us to have some means to fight back.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Who are we fighting anyway, sir? I've heard it was mages, demons. No one really knows.
Seneca's truth.
I wanna go up there.
What you need to know is that we're holding this place against whoever comes to take it.
Oh, that's weird. Over there. Soulless. She's soulless. There's nothing over here. Lame.
Make her watch over you.
Make her watch over you. Oof. Run, 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 run. I should probably go level up, but I don't want to do that right now. Oh. JK. Ow. Just wanna go there. Why can't I go there? Nope. Uh-oh.
Master Harry said we weren't to sell in...
Still got demons pouring out of the rifts.
Pretty sure I already went through these. This is where I wake up. Oh, JK. So I'm watching
You're worried about the rifts. I understand that.
Judge Judy, because I watch super terrible TV in the background when I'm doing things. And some episode about some bus that got sold in catalytic converters or whatever, and she's like, I don't even know what that means.
If
It's
the
very
Inquisition wants
dramatic.
to field a decent cavalry, it
No,
needs better
as
horses.
Judge Judy would be. But like, even if
Expected
you don't
you'd
think
be
catalytic
by.
converter is
I'm
not
Harriet,
super
and
important.
everyone knows who you are. How's the new gear fit?
Sturdy and warm. It's perfect.
Good. World's
be.
gone mad.
Feel
Stock
crazy
armor
in
and
it.
blades are good against bandits, but we're not fighting bandits. My gear will see you through demons, apostates, whatever this world... So, you need custom work. Something special.
How did you come?
Come from a little town called Lothering. Long gone now.
What
I was in
up,
Redcliffe
Wolverine?
when the Darkspawn hit it during the Blight. Left when royalty decided it ended up here. Can't decide if I'm the luckiest son of a bitch walking or the exact op...
You're still...
True enough.
Who outfit?
Not me. If you want to help the troops, talk to Thren, the quartermaster.
Does the Inquisition...
Tough convincing. Impossible to get them to risk the rare stuff, so that's on you. Arms are designed. You want something fancy? Bring your own.
Can you help him?
Yes. You find it. You can't just slap a new hilt on your sword in the field. Bring it here, we'll make sure it's done.
If I want...
Start simple. You'll need materials. We should have what you want, just that.
Goodbye.
Right.
Loot. Am I supposed to craft something?
Another time, then.
You are not the quartermaster. Quartermaster? If nothing.
Another time, then.
If nothing to modify.
Another time, then.
So lame. I just want to modify something. Oh, actually, yeah, let's do that.
Should serve you well.
Jump.
Should serve.
Anything else? No.
You need something? Let me know.
My footages. Alright, where are we going next? Well, this way. It's a nub! A noisy little mug. Over here. Anything good? No. Remember the first time I did this, I decided that I didn't want to walk. So I stood on top of the bodies, which are super creepy, and just jumped, and then promptly killed myself. Yikes. Run, 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 run. So pretty. Oh, fruit.
Come on, you've seen our mounts. Most of them should be pulling plows.
Didn't all grow up with fancy noble horses, Arnsberg. You ride whatever holds you. Why are you here with the scouts instead of fobbing around with nobles anyway?
My uncle died at the conclave. I'm a good rider, and, well, I thought I'd be more useful here.
We'll see.
not Cassandra. I wonder if it's because there's no Cullen either. What the heck, man? Oh, there's a box over here.
See reason,
Yes?
Lisette. We cannot stay here.
I'd like your take on...
It's a shadow where once we both one day, I hope the circles are again sank.
You're not going...
When the temple my life is a debt I intend to repay.
Do you have...
No, though that distance did...
I will talk...
Walk...
Walk in the make of grace. What's over here? Feel like that probably inside. I want to talk to this. No. Ooh, you guys have a box. Steal all the shit.
I spoke with Commander Cullen. I apologize for what I said earlier.
It's nothing. Now, Company, what can you tell me of Redcliffe?
The mages have been quiet since their attack on the Conclave.
Their attack? Do you have information confirming that the mages were responsible?
Well,
Do you think the mages will be able to...
No, my lady, I don't know where the other nobles are. I suggest you ask Ambassador Montillier. Oh, you're her. Thrin. Inquisition Quartermaster. If you find what I need to fill one of my requisitions...
What do you do?
I'll make sure the Inquisition... Both are important. Turns out heroes need to dig latrines just like everyone.
How does someone in...
I served for Eldon under 10 Loghain MacTier. Best commanding officer this world has ever seen. After they all turned on him at Denerim, though, there wasn't much use for people who held that opinion. Queen Honora offered my services to the Inquisition. It was a kindness. She knew I supported her father and got me away from the political garbage.
Your loyalty to the...
Thank you. Turn Loghain never betrayed his king. If he'd brought the reinforcements, Darkspawn would have just killed He did what he had to do to save our country, and we betrayed him. I apologize. Sister Liliana told me I shouldn't talk about this. Just forget.
Farewell.
Make a... You find anything we need, let me know.
I already went through over here, right? Oh, there's no Alfred, though.
How do you think they'll close that huge hole in the sky?
Ally with the Templars, I'd imagine.
Alright. Let's go meet the team, yo.
Does it trouble you?
I just wish I knew what it was, or how I got it.
Oh
We will find out. What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
Clearly, you have something in mind.
We do. May I present Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's forces.
Such as they are. We lost many soldiers in the valley, and I fear many more before this is through.
This is Lady Josephine Montillier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
I've heard much. It's a pleasure to meet you at last.
And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra.
That's an impressive bunch of titles.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
So whiny.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has denounced the Inquisition, and you specifically.
That didn't take long.
Shouldn't they be busy arguing over who's going to become divine?
Some are calling you the Herald of Andraste, and that frightens the Chantry. The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we, heretics, for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
Just how am I the Herald of Andraste?
People saw what you did at the temple, how you stopped the breach from growing. They have also heard about the woman seen in the rift when we first found you. They believe that was Andraste.
Even if we tried to stop that view from spreading.
Which we have not.
The point is, everyone is talking about you.
It's quite the title, isn't it? How do you feel about that?
I'm not sure how I should feel.
The Chantry has decided that for you, it seems.
People are desperate for a sign of hope. For some, you're that sign.
And to others, a symbol of everything that's gone wrong.
They aren't more concerned about the breach, the real threat.
They do know it's a threat. They just don't think we can stop it.
The Chantry is telling everyone you'll make it worse.
There is something you can do. A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not far and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
I'll see what she has to say.
You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
My scouts still comb the hills for clues about the explosion. I'll take what I can find.
What up, Scout Harding? You are one of my favorites. No, I don't want to go now. I want to go to the Black Emporium. Oh. Hello, handsome. Oh, I hit the wrong button. My bad. I've not been to the Black Emporium in this game yet. Even in the other playthroughs I've done, I've never been to the Black Emporium in Inquisition. We went in 2.
Handle the merchandise with care.
You're so cool. Your little urchin boy's not here. really just want the mirror. Because I'm gonna fix a face. Do, 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 do. Yeah? Can I make your mask not quite so? Does she have? No.
No accounting for taste. I have quite an extensive library on the history of forbidden magic. It's back there, somewhere. I think. I haven't been able to turn my head to look for 2 centuries.
It's really funny because sitting up here looks like she's like smelling something awful. Alright, let's go look at the light. Whatever.
Urchin, bring me a moist
I can't afford anything
towelette.
here. Schematics of legend. I can't afford anything. I am in the worst possible shop here. Ooh. Don't want anything. How much money? I don't have that much money. Right. What is that? Is that a nug? Alright, we're just gonna go. Nope. Wrong West Haven. What? Right, that's weird. Hey, there's Cassandra.
Ugh.
You're kind of a force of nature, aren't you?
When I need to be.
It's impressive.
You
Her
flatter
face
me.
is definitely better.
I'm
Way better.
trying.
Did I do the right thing? What I have set in motion here could destroy everything I have revered my whole life. One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madwoman, a fool, and they may be right.
What does your faith tell you?
I believe you are innocent. I believe more is going on here than we can see. And I believe no one else cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot. But is this the Maker's will? I can only guess.
You don't think I'm the Herald of Andraste?
I think you were sent to help us. I hope you were. But the Maker's help takes many forms.
Oh, the dragon.
Sometimes
I see
it's
it now.
difficult to discern who it truly benefits, or how.
What's going to happen now?
Now, we deal with the Chantry's panic over you before they do even more harm. Then we close the breach. We are the only ones who can. After that, we find out who is responsible for this chaos, and we end them. And if there are consequences to be paid for what I have done, I pay them. I only pray the price is not too high.
You didn't have any choice.
Didn't I? My trainers always... I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail. But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
It wasn't like you had no reason to suspect me.
I was determined to have someone answer for what happened. Anyone. I'm curious. Do you even believe in the Maker?
I believe he exists.
That's comforting. Surely the Maker put us both on this path for a reason. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us.
Gonna go talk to Colin in a moment. Nope, I wanna cheat. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna go this way. Nope, apparently not. Shake it. No horse yet. No horse yet. Rude.
There might be something here. Better take a closer look.
There might be something here. Let's look. I want to do what Judge Judy does. I want to sit behind a fancy desk, listen to people's stories, and then tell them that they're stupid and make a judgment. I could do that. I think I'd make a really good fake judge. And yeah, I know that Judge Judy is like used to be a real judge and whatnot, but she makes way too much money. Just saying. Oh, gotta go this way. And how far you can go this way? trees. Reminds me of the Futurama episode where they're skiing. And Fry's like, oh no, we're gonna crash. And then Layla's like, no, just say trees. And then all the trees go down. And then Fry's like, what happens if you say trees again? And then the trees come back up. Smashing them. Let's go talk to Colin, cause I have no friends. Wait, there's dogs. Where are you stealing dogs?
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
Yes, Commander.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
At least I got everyone's attention.
That you did. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
I must have this mark for a reason. It will work. I'm sure of it.
Provided we can secure aid, but I'm confident we can. The Chantry lost control of both Templars and Mages. Now they argue over a new Divine while the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's so much we can... Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
No, but if you have one prepared, I'd love to hear it.
Another time, perhaps. There's still a lot of work ahead.
Commander, Sir Raiden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was saying.
I really just want his jacket. Coat. Thing.
Was there something you needed?
I'd like to know more about the Templars.
If you need insight into what the Order is doing now, I'm afraid I can't offer more than you already know. Anything else, I will answer as best I can.
Why did you join the Order?
I could think of no better calling than to protect those in need. I used to beg the Templars at our local chantry to teach me. At first, they merely humored me. I must have shown promise, or at least a willingness to learn. The Knight Captain spoke to my parents on my behalf. They agreed to send me for training. I was 13 when I left home.
13? That's still so young.
I wasn't the youngest there. Some children are promised to the Order at infancy. Still, I didn't take on full responsibilities until I was 18. The Order sees you trained and educated first.
What about your family? Did you miss them?
Of course. But there were many my age who felt the same. We learned to look out for one another.
Do the Templars do anything besides hunt mages?
Templars protect against the dangers of magic. Before the Order left the Chantry, that meant serving in a circle. They were also tasked with tracking apostates, or fighting demons inevitably summoned by the weak or malicious.
What do you think of mages? Are they all a threat?
I've seen the suffering magic can inflict. I've treated mages with distrust because of it, at times without cause. That was unworthy of me. I will try not to do so here. Not that I want mages moving through our base completely unchecked. We need safeguards in place to protect people, including mages, from possession at the least.
You've lived in the Circle. What was a typical day for a Templar there?
Typical? The last time I was in a circle was right before it fell apart. Nothing was typical.
Before that, then?
Certain rituals require a full guard. A mage's howling, for instance. I've attended a few. Most of the time, you merely maintain a presence, on patrol or in the circle, ready to respond if needed. Mages pretend to ignore that presence, but they're watching you just as closely.
Do Templars and mages never speak to each other?
Some do, but Templars are supposed to maintain a certain distance from their charges. If a mage is possessed or uses blood magic, you must act quickly, without hesitation. Your judgment cannot be clouded. Of course, ignoring one another does nothing to foster understanding.
What does Templar training involve?
There is weapon and combat training. Even without their abilities, Templars are among the best warriors in Thedas. Initiates must also memorize portions of the Chant of Light, study history, and improve their mental focus.
Did you enjoy your training?
I wanted to learn everything. If I was giving my life to this, I would be the best Templar I could.
You were a model student.
I wanted to be. I wasn't always successful. Watching a candle burn down while reciting the Chant of Transfigurations wasn't the most exciting task. And I admit, my mind sometimes wandered.
Do Templars take vows? I swear to the Maker to watch all the mages. That sort of thing.
There's a vigil first.
Yeah,
You're meant
so
to be at
I love
peace
this
during
that
that
you
time,
live.
but your
My
life is
office
about to
is
change.
in front of the
When
house
it's
with
over,
Rhoda.
you give yourself to a
Yeah,
life
you
of
go to the
service.
quiet and everyone's
That's
telling
when
you
you're given a
to
filter, your
how
first
people
draft
go
of
by.
lyrium and its power.
Crazy.
As Templars, we are not to seek wealth or acknowledgement. Our lives belong to the Maker and the path we have chosen.
A life of service and sacrifice. Are Templars also expected to give up physical temptations?
Physical? Why... why would you... That's not expected. Templars can marry, although there are rules around it, and the Order must grant permission. Some may choose to give up more to prove their devotion, but it's not required.
Have you?
Me? No. I've taken no such vows. Maker's breath. Can we speak of something else?
That's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
I'm sure you have other matters to attend.
I really don't.
It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
What do you want to know?
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
I was born in Ostwick, and that's where most of my family is.
The Trevellians, is it not? A large clan with a rather clever coat of arms. Tell me, do you consider the Free Marches your home? Are you eager to go back?
Wherever I am is home enough for me.
That's how I feel now, after years of tending to business for the Divine.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
Is there any harm in us becoming a little closer?
Plenty.
Is that right?
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pentecost, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lady.
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pentecosts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentecosts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
And you joined the Seekers to get away from that?
It was a life worth getting away from. The Pentecosts are famed for dragon hunting, But few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
You don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf and dusted only when necessary. Thus, I did not see Navarra, the real Navarra, until much later. By then, I realized I knew it not at all.
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus. The king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family, and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a mortale tarsi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
Your uncle was a mortale tarsi?
A death mage. He still is. My countrymen do not burn the dead. They bury them in special crypts. The mortale tarsi supervise the crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the grand necropolis. Nevarans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
So you were the right hand to the Divine?
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story? Thank the Maker. I will tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's life. My reward was becoming her right hand.
But what does a right hand do, exactly?
What is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes a fist. Liliana and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
You thought she could really change things?
Justinia knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong. Sometimes you have to break a bone so it can be reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer. A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
So, what's the story about you becoming the right hand?
Sweet Andraste, do you really want to hear that? It was,
I'm busy this weekend.
what,
What am I doing?
18, 20 years ago? Some still discuss it like it happened yesterday. The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely recognize myself within it now.
I'm sure you're just being modest.
I was there. I think I know what happened. To hear others tell it, I alone saved Divine Beatrix from a horde of dragons sent to assault the Grand Cathedral. Rather impressive for such a young seeker, wouldn't you say?
And the truth is?
I stumbled upon a conspiracy to kill Beatrix. A Templar Knight Commander was at its heart, and there was a dragon battle at the Grand Cathedral, but I had help from loyal mages who rallied to the cause. They freed the dragons from magical control. Without them, the Divine and I would both have died. Yet I became the right hand, and they are forgotten.
What happened to the mages that helped you?
They went back to their circles, with rewards and privileges and Most Holy's gratitude. Many of them died at the Conclave.
I think you're a hero, no matter how you downplay it.
Fine. But it was 20 years ago. I will not rest upon my laurels.
I'll let you get back to work.
Ooh, I unlocked all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I guess let's go. I suppose I should probably.
How could that great breach not have been caused by the
position.
mages?
It is reasonable to believe that magic was involved.
And then we're gonna go to the hinterlands. Yeah? Yeah. Oh, no, I need to go talk to Lilian. She's up here.
How about nails?
Master Harry said I'm...
Nice work with those supplies. Might not affect you much, but our recruits will have better chances next time some monster flies out.
Farewell.
Make it.
Boom, boom, boom.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just. Blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow. In their blood, the Maker's will is written. Is that what you want from us? Blood? To die so that your will is done? Is death your only blessing?
You speak for Andraste, no? What does the Maker's prophet have to say about all of this? What's his game?
How is this a game?
Do you see the sky? What about the temple ruins? The bones lying in the dust? Even if you didn't support the Divine's peace, you wouldn't call this right. Who could? So many innocent lives. The faithful murdered where the holiest of holies once stood. If the Maker willed this, what is it if not a game or a cruel joke?
I speak for no one but myself, and I have no answers for you.
Then we can only guess at what he wants. The Chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned us. He demands repentance for our sins. He demands it all. Our lives, our deaths. Justinia gave him everything she had, and he let her die.
I'm sorry. Her death has clearly hit you hard.
Not just me. All of us. She was the Divine. She led the faithful. She was their heart. If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he? I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the Divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing. Serving the Maker meant nothing.
Maybe you have another purpose. I could help you find it.
No, this is my burden. I regret that I even let you see me like this. It was a moment of weakness. It won't happen again. Come, to work then. We will speak later.
Alright, let's go level up. What am I doing? Wow. Oh, there's so many things. Oh.
So it's true. Butler has a stand on it.
No. What are you doing? You almost let me leave this area without turning in the stupid notes. What were you thinking? I should probably go talk to Phyllis again.
You're back. And in
I
one
think I should go
piece.
to Phyllis.
You said you thought Master Tajan was working on something special. If it helps, I found his notes.
The old codger was on the edge of a breakthrough here, but he couldn't see it. You want some of these mixed up? You just give the word.
Goodbye.
Right then.
Right then.
Closing the breach is our primary goal. But I hope we might also discover what was used to create it. Any artifact of such power is dangerous. The destruction of the...
You don't think whatever...
You survived. The artifact... I will not believe it destroyed until I see the shattered fragment.
We would do well.
Liliana's people have scoured whatever the artifact was. In any case, did you need me for anything?
What do you know?
A great deal, from my wanderings. There are few.
I'd like to...
Simply put, small...
I don't really care.
Your mark allows you to exert some control over...
I'd like to know...
Circle mages, but according... Imagine if spirits entered freely. The Fade was not a...
It sounds like it...
And dangerous. Instead, I am glad that I'm not alone in seeing the beauty.
I'd like to know...
The chantry, but such spirits wish to join the living. And a demon is that wish.
Is there a way to...
Not in the world we know to... But the question is a good one. And it matters.
We'll talk...
Goodbye.
Onwards to the hinterland, taking all my people with me. I'm so sleepy.
Herald of Andraste. I've heard the stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach. It's an honor to meet you, my lady. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. Well, all of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh?
Oh,
Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
That armor.
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
Ugh.
What's the situation out here in the hinterlands?
We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we could... Mother Giselle, Corporal, you best get...
Sorry. I really like the coloring on her little armor thing here, because it looks like she's wearing a tie and it makes me giggle. Where is my... Oh, shoot. Cassandra. You. Plot. Oh, challenge. And let's do... There we go. Oh, nope. Forgot Solus. Oh, Fireball. I don't think Fireball exists.
Word for you.
What is it?
This could help us.
Oh. I don't have all of that yet. Where am I going? We're going down. I'm yelling timber. You better dance. I'm just kidding. I don't actually know the rest of that song. Collect, collect, collect. Ooh, I said collect.
That may be worth investigating.
Thank you, Solus. Thank you, mostly naked Solus. Such a weird set of armor. I mean, Varix is too, but Solus, you get the weird, like, Solus nipples, and it's just strange. Actually, not as good as I wanted it to be. Oh. Hey!
Mother Giselle cannot be far.
Oh my god. I'm going, Cassandra. I'm going. Just kidding. I'm distracted. We're going this way. Cause there's stuff I can find. There's an Oculus up there. Ooh. Alright, let's go kill something. Ooh, it's a rift. Oh, I can't.
One down!
Prepare for next wave. I'm just gonna go backwards with that.
One more for me! I must retreat.
You're so pushy. Loot, loot, loot. I got some apples. Loot, loot, loot. You got some too.
That tower is impressive, even as a ruin. I wonder what dreams it might hold.
Yikes, yikes. Move. Solus. Oh yeah, I'm sure you guys have noticed it by now, but I have the persistent gore on, so if blood bothers you, I'm sorry. It doesn't bother me. Honestly, I think it's really funny because you get some super weird cutscenes where their faces are like covered in blood, and then you're like, oh, should I be here? Or does this come later? I feel like this comes later. I gotta jump. Ouch. I'm gonna tell you that it comes later. That's okay. Click, 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 click. only reason I miss not having a ranged person. It's over there. That was funny. Oh yeah, I guess second word of warning? I'm gonna kill all the things. Not necessarily because I want to, but mostly because I need to. Did you really not? Oh, you didn't. What is that shenanigans? Should probably heal Solus. Since we're going into that fight. We're fine. Why do I have to kill so many Templars? Templars.
Inquisition forces! They're trying to protect the refugees!
Looks like they could use a hand.
Oh, I missed.
Hold! We are not apostates!
I do not think they care, Seeker.
Pretty. That was really bad. Let me just...
We are not Templars. We mean you no harm.
Doesn't look like they're listening.
Look at them. Pitiful.
Hey.
Get ready.
Hey.
Loot the bodies.
Loot the bodies.
Be ready. More coming our way.
I don't want more to come our way. I'm gonna go loot the bodies. Yes, I'm good.
Make it take you!
Okay, I've never. Make that really clear.
Worthless. The loss of them.
That's the end of it.
No, I don't care about the stupid. Need to find a band-aid. My finger hurts.
There are mages here who can heal your wounds. Lie still.
Don't touch me, Mother. Their magic is...
Turn to noble purpose. Their magic is surely no more evil than your blade.
But...
Hush, dear boy. Allow them to ease your suffering.
Mother Giselle.
I am. And you must be the one they are calling the Herald of Andraste.
I'm told you asked for me.
I know of the chat. I won't lie to you.
I don't care.
Some of them are grands. Some are simply terrified. So many good people. Sense of...
What happened was...
Fear makes us dead. Go to them. They have heard only frightful tales of you. Give them something...
That won't just make it worse.
Could it?
Probably yes.
Let me put it this way. The power is the unified voice.
It's good of you to...
I honestly don't know if hope is what we... You could... I will go to Grave. It is not much.
Corporal Vale is coordinating the Inquisition's efforts in the area. We should speak with him.
Good news. I don't hate my Inquisitor's face anymore.
True enough.
It's not perfect. But it's significantly better.
I'll keep an eye out. Thank you. Maker, I hope it's not me.
There's something here. Oh, I think it's this. Which is something I can't actually make it about. Alright, so let's go over here. Weapon. I have a crow blade. I want a crow blade. I can't use the crow blade. I feel like this is a big one though. It is a big one. It's really fucking annoying. Do the offhands matter? I don't think they do. So I'm gonna do it this way. Yeah. We're gonna do it that way. Merrick. There's an very good. Such a better looking armor for him, and oh, Cassandra, you're so pretty in that. I can't, literally cannot. Why can I not? Oh, because you only go in there. That's annoying. Whirlwind is... Okay.
Welcome back.
Could be better.
I was just up here, wasn't I? I was. I did not go this way. Oh, look, more dead bodies. Ooh.
It's good to have commerce restored.
If you say so.
How do you write as you do, Varric? I can never find the proper words.
You? Right? Really?
I've needed to describe events in reports. They always come off as...
Dry, boring, lifeless, stale.
You are an ass.
Just helping you find those words.
You there? Can you help my wife? Please, I beg you.
What's wrong with...
She gets our son Hindle. Please.
I got you.
I'll ask around again tomorrow.
Well,
Let me know if you find one.
We're going this way. No, we're not. We're going
It's
this
just
way.
what I heard.
There's a house. There's a house. There's stuff to find. Is that nosy? I like to find all this stuff.
You all right, sir?
I'm pleased to hear it.
Open this one. Yeah. Alright. Do you?
That's the last of the bread. Going to be a long, hungry...
These people...
They're too dangerous to go hunting now.
Good luck.
Luck.
Alright. I am probably only gonna record for another, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. Stream? Not really recording. I might keep playing. I'm not really sure. Oh, what up?
I have heard stories about... I am Enchanter Elendra. I hope you...
If you're a maid...
I was an enchanter in the col... By rights, I am sworn. I know my own strength. I have no...
Farewell.
Good day.
Oh. That was not super.
Have you seen otherwise?
It's just what I heard.
Oh, okay.
It's just what I heard.
Things used to be peaceful around here.
What is this place?
Map-making tenderfoots named this the Hinterlands. But right here, there's nowhere. Just some fields, now a bunch of demons. I'm Giles, by the way.
I need to be on my way.
Make a watch over you, then.
I feel like you're probably more important than
It's good to see you.
just that.
I'll keep an eye out.
Thank you.
This way? This way. Wonder.
Good day to you.
Ah, there's Vale.
You're with the Inquisition. Corporal Vale, thanks for your help. The Mages and Templars don't seem to care who gets caught in their war. The refugees here are in dire need of help. If the war doesn't kill them, cold or starvation will.
What other problems do these refugees face?
We've got some injuries that go beyond. I know healers are in short supply. But if you can find some...
You were concerned?
Yes. There's a hunter up the hill who has some idea.
Is there a...
I asked... A recruit named Whittle is trying to make what we can.
What can you...
All the Now then, every Templar I've ever known has wanted to...
What can you...
The real rebels are up north. The ones out... The rebels in Redcliffe have washed their hands of them.
Tell
What
me
can
of
you...
the horse.
Horsemaster? We haven't heard from him. Best...
Farewell.
And you...
Right. Power.
Hopefully the Inquisition can find some way to help these people.
I will.
Yes, sir.
Ouch. Should probably stop doing that.
I'll ask around again
What did I
tonight.
tell
hope it's
you?
not me.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Something like that.
It's good to have commerce restored. I've many goods here if you wish to trade.
So many things to go find. Most of it being elf fruit, apparently. I feel like there should be a person over here. Is there not a person over here? I feel like there should have been a person over here. Ooh. There's something over here. Hey!
Watch yourself.
bandits up ahead. Or something anyway. They're
What can you...
several... It's too many for us.
You don't...
Bandit? These... They're either stupid, or they're...
Thanks for...
My foot hurts, by the way. Because... my mother... Oh, I need to go do that. I don't know where the stupid dude is for the blankets. So we were out swimming. My parents have a pool. And we were out swimming with my aunt and second cousin kind of a thing. So it was after she's my first cousin, second cousin, I don't know. But, she and I are both the same age. They're a couple of months apart. After they had left, my kiddo was like, I want to go swimming again, and so we went back into the pool. And so I was sitting on the steps, and my mom had come and started to pick up all the toys. Well, my kid had brought this little plastic shark thing into the pool, which, okay, cool, whatever. Except my mom threw it, and it hit me in the foot, and it wasn't like a love tap. It jacked me hard. It was awful. But it's on the top of my foot. It is bruised. And it hurts. Panic. Come here. We're gonna go hunt some panic. Or at least I thought we were. We are apparently not. I don't know where I am. That's fine. I have a squeaky chair. A scarecrow. That's the widow. Not the widow. Duty, justice. Well, let's go kill people. Where are you? Oh, I thought you were there. Oh, that poor fox. Had itches. Wait. What was the thing? I was really not planning on going this way. But apparently I am now. Alright. Apparently we're doing this. Which is fine. It's fine. I think it's my favorite part.
Red Cliff Village should be right up ahead.
I think it's my favorite part about this game in particular is the fact that I never go the same way twice. Like, I think I was 20 hours in before I hit Redcliffe Village with my warrior. But apparently we're doing Redcliffe. That moment we were just like, I wonder if Redcliffe is going to be too advanced for me.
The village is off limits. There's been too much fighting between Templars and mages. Take it elsewhere.
We're not with the Templars or the mages. We're agents of the Inquisition.
You could be anyone. You think I don't know what "don't open the gates" means? If you're from the Inquisition, prove it. Until then, the gates stay closed.
Very well. We'll leave.
Andraste protect you, traveler.
Huh. Well, this explains why I've never done Redcliffe first. Just because you can't, because there's nothing here. Fascinating.
So, who do you think is the toughest? Josephine, Liliana, or Cassandra?
I'm right here, you know.
That doesn't rule you out, Seeker.
Cullen's not up for consideration?
Curly? They just keep him around to look pretty.
Alright, let's go back this way then. Huh. The more you learn. Although, you know, I guess it makes sense. That was not dirt. You're a red now. Kind of feel like I'm overdoing it here, but no, I guess it makes sense that you can't go into Redcliffe right now, and the fact that that's where you meet Dorian. And that whole you can't really do that until after you hit Valroyo. Which means I guess I could do Valroyo first. I didn't really need that. That's okay.
We should look around.
You should look around. I have to say that I think Dorian was probably my biggest disappointment in the fact that as a female, you can't romance him. Because I would have. So hard. Loved me some Dorian. Oh, that was the wrong button. My bad. We get to go kill things. Let's go kill things.
It must have been some time since the Renegade Templars faced a mage of any talent.
So
A Templar, I believe.
Joink. Alright, we're gonna go this way. Oh wait, I'm going that way. I'm going the wrong way. I don't think I can go that way. There's a mountain in that way. There's a mountain in that way. Oh, there's a mountain pass. I found it. Ouch. Oh, that hurt. We good? We're fine. Wasted.
Bandits ahead!
Kill that warrior!
To the target.
According to my research, the ancient elves may have set up wards near here. If we can find the artifacts they used, it may help strengthen this area against tears.
Yes, yes, yes. I see the fact that someone's fighting over there. I'll go do it. In a second. Come on. Oh.
Peace. I am no danger to you. My name is Maris. By your weapons, I see you come ready for battle. Perhaps we face a common enemy in these demons.
My bad.
Are you fighting the demons on your own?
Fighting the demons is pointless. There will always be more, and I have no means of closing the rifts. But I have heard of elven artifacts that measure the veil. They may tell us where new rifts will appear. I was not expecting so many demons, however. I believe one of the artifacts is nearby.
It sounds...
Thank you. Thank you for joining me. I do not think I could have done this alone.
How did you come to...
I was, I know more of...
Mahar...
We should keep... We'll need focused magical energy to get by. Dead!
That's not normal fire.
I have heard of this, but never seen it before. It is called Veil Fire. It is a form of sympathetic magic. A memory of flame that burns in this world where the veil is thin. Another artifact.
What do you mean, another artifact?
There. If we activate that crystal, it should react to the strength of the veil.
Haven't done the first one. Champolo. Letting on my fire.
The Veil Fire must be making the runes legible.
I don't actually care. Loot. loot?
Yes, the wards are helping to strengthen the Veil. This area should be safer for travelers now.
Well, that should prove useful. And it seems the ancestors left something for me as well. Interesting. I believe our alliance is concluded. Go in peace, stranger.
Mahalani, Maglandeval, vi Enasalim.
Aye. Perhaps you're right. Here, take it. Go with Mithal's blessing.
Goodbye. Wait, oh, no, that's not how I work. Anything else over there? Nope. Oh, there's the thing over here. Let's go get it.
Warrior! Goodbye!
I think that was my favorite thing about being a mage, is the fact that I didn't actually have to, like, worry about where my target was. I could just be like, hey, I locked on to someone. And no matter where I was, I would hit them. It's like... Oh, blow it all up. Apparently not. Just kidding. But there was something over there. I already did that. Oh. That was weird. Pretty sure I did that. And then it was like, no, you didn't. That's a fast travel. I don't want that fast travel. That's where the dragons are.
You really spend most of your time in the Fade?
As much as is possible. The Fade contains a wealth of knowledge for those who know where to look.
Sure, but I don't know how you dream, let alone wander around in there. Especially when the shit that comes out of the Fade generally seems pretty cranky.
So are humans. But we continue to interact with them. When we must.
We could make camp here.
We will make camp here as soon as I lose all the stuff. Hey look, I have enough power to go to Valroyo. Will I? No, of course. Okay, so going back to the Judy Justice thing. So Judy Justice streams ow. Whatever. I was gonna call it fiber, it's not fiber. Free whatever it is. Freebie maybe? But
Nothing to report, sir.
okay, positions yet. the important part is that you get commercials. Which I don't really care, because most of what I watch on here is background noise. But there's one that was it's the deodorant secret, and it's I've got a secret. And it's my favorite thing because it just reminds me of America's Next Top Model, because it's this whole like, I've got a secret, and there were these two models, and one of them stole the other one's secret of I'm afraid of the dark, and it was super
Up she
funny.
goes.
Hey, look, there's a dragon, who will definitely one-shot me if I stand here long enough. But she's really cool. And we're gonna go. I would like to not die. Living is important. Where are we going? We're gonna go back over here.
Very well.
Well, let me know if you find one.
I don't know.
Are you the one who's looking for blankets? One of you. Aha, you are.
It's just what I heard. More cold weather coming. Fool villagers. Where are their...
What do you need?
Black... If we were... I'm sure the apostates have plenty of...
Farewell.
Fancy...
I got you. Got
Would
you.
that I could.
Right.
And by I got you, I mean I will find them eventually. Why are there so many treasure chests in here? Weird.
Look at this. The apostates have gone mad with power.
I see just as many Templars.
Wrong button. Again.
Make it take you!
Why are there so many
We should move on. We can only restore order by securing an alliance.
I must retreat!
of them really good. Ooh, animal safeties. Fun. What? Ow. I need to get rid of that. Are we done fighting for a hot second? We are. Okay. We're gonna do this real quick. Yeah, that's what I want people. Like. I do nothing. I know why they're not. I know. You were too close for comfort, Mr. Man. Possets? Camp. Okay. I guess we can go this way. So many of them. Flush them out! Why?
Form up!
Okay. Why didn't we Ocularium over there, did I? I didn't. Let's go back and do that. Why is it 10 o'clock and I'm tired? I'm not okay with this.
So, set up camp or keep moving?
Set up camp.
Nothing to report, sir.
Nothing to report, sir.
We must have done enough to draw the attention of the clerics by now. Shouldn't we meet with them?
No. No, because... I'll do that. Let's go to waterfall. Let's go look at...
Who placed a skull out here? And for what purpose?
The skull illuminates certain objects in the distance. I am not familiar with such magic.
Of course, it had to be a skull that lights up creepy shit.
Oh, that's a fight. Not lighting up with the thing. shards. Sleepy. I don't know why I put the stupid boo-boo thing in it. Wasn't really necessary. Still love it. Well then.
Interesting.
Stop.
I cannot say what it is, but there must be a reason the skull illuminated the object.
What? Are we fighting? I don't really want to fight, yo.
Make it take you!
Alright, come on. Go in here. Ooh. Walking into this area. Inventory. What you got? Still nothing. Still nothing. Still nothing. Still nothing. Armor. Oh, I can't use that armor. Well, that's annoying. I don't know why I ever do that. I'm never gonna do it. You can have these. You're never gonna use them. That's okay. Two-handed weapon, it's not what I want. Leveled up. Look at me go. The thing, I want this. How do I get there? Up. Yeah. Well, really not fast right now. I just... That was fun. It hurts. Apparently this way. Why are they that way? There's a fate over there. What is this? Tumblers. Although, is this? Let's go do this. I still need a couple of brands, don't I? Note to self. Find brands.
You think the Inquisition could maybe find out what these things are?
Just saying. Getting pretty good at this, closing the rifts thing. By Muses on my son. Alright, where are we? Spindleweed, spindleweed, spindleweed. And a shirt. Might as well fruit. Where are we going next? Apostates? Ah, why not? Oh, I'm stuck on a tree. Stuck on a tree. so dumb. It's all good. Where we go? We're gonna go look at this super creepy little cottage. Should probably go find some more stuff.